Yes, you read that right. Hey everyone, this is Jack and welcome back to my channel. Since I was 14 years old, I wanted to go to Japan so badly because I was obsessed with animation and illustration and just good design, and I finally got to go at the beginning of 2023 with my partner, and the occasion was my friend's birthday. I'm gonna call my friend Alien as a nickname, and yes, he has already approved of this. His birthday is on January 11, making him a Capricorn, and so we were gonna go for 2 weeks, beginning January 2nd through January 15. He wanted to take me around to all the places he had already been to, starting with Osaka for the first 4 days, then taking a day trip to Kyoto, and then heading to Tokyo for the final week. We were traveling from LAX to Haneda Airport in the outskirts of Tokyo. My partner and I decided to leave on New Year's Day as it was $300 cheaper per person, and we didn't have plans for the new year except for traveling anyway. So I took my brand new luggage and actually only used the carry-on as well as a backpack, and brought extra bags in my carry-on just in case I bought souvenirs while I was traveling. It was a nice crisp day in Los Angeles. When we arrived to the airport, it was still daytime. Our flight was actually in the afternoon, around 2:45, and we booked ANA Airlines. Because we got all of our documentation in order before getting to the airport, and we were fully vaccinated and triple boosted, everything was actually really easy since all the work had been done prior to flying. They make it really accessible by doing everything online, which is really handy if you ask me. I was super grateful to not have anyone sitting beside me for the whole trip, and we were in the middle aisle.
Empty seat.
Show me the goods. Yeah. We had lots of fun discovering all the things around our seats. Literally, this is what we're like on the airplane together. I watched a bunch of movies and really highly recommend The Woman King. It's such a good film. Probably one of the best that I've seen in the last few years since the pandemic started. It was so cute. The flight attendants were super pleasant all the time and always made sure we were hydrated. When it was time to have a meal, they all came out in aprons. It was so adorable. Upon arrival, it was around 9:30 to 9:45, and we actually had Alien's friend who became our tour guide in Tokyo, Keiichi-san, who picked us up from the airport and then drove us to our hotel. I booked a hotel that was 0.8 miles away from the airport, but actually you have to go all the way out of the airport and then around it to get to the airport, which is not really convenient. And the place that I wanted to book initially, I couldn't create a reservation, and that had a connecting wing to the airport, so I wouldn't have had to have left if I was able to make the reservation in the first place. But I ended up staying at JAL West, and it was $90 for the night for 2 of us, and we slept for a bit until we heard from Alien and his traveling partner when they arrived at 6 in the morning.
So cool. Always clear mirror. I feel like I'm in a spa. First night in Tokyo. Well, actually, it's still by the Haneda Airport, but gonna get a good night's sleep and then meet my friends who are coming in right now. Tomorrow morning. They're flying right now. I'm tired. Good night, everyone.
The plan was to stop by Umi Hotaru Island in Tokyo Bay in Chiba, which is a man-made island on the way into Tokyo, and then arrive at Tokyo Station to take the Shinkansen to Osaka. Umi translates to sea. It's a festive pit stop that features a really sleek modern design of a food court filled with eateries, shops, and, of course, these vast water vistas. We arrived around sunrise, and I was actually surprised at how many people there were. It was super windy, so bring a jacket and a scarf and maybe some gloves if you do come and visit during the winter time. It is in the middle of the ocean, as its name presents, but it's really cool because you can see man-made turbines as well as hairpin turns from the freeway that make really interesting architectural views. Japan is the land of vending machines. You can literally get fresh juices, coffee, hot teas, anything you desire, cold beer even. And they have this little robot to help maintain and keep the floors clean. Japan is also the land of trains, but we were really lucky that we could be driven to Tokyo Station because usually there's a lot of traffic, and so most people actually live outside of Tokyo and work in the city, and so they take trains as public transportation to get from one place to another to avoid traffic and parking. Mini quest for this trip, collecting all of these beautiful manholes. We took a side quest to Ichiba Dori, known for seafood as they were by the fish market. And this is a little local neighborhood that has a little strip like this with eateries. And I had my first chirashi bowl that had uni, roe, and a bunch of fresh fish caught that morning. The hosts did not speak English, so that's how you know it's authentic. Thank you, Keiichi-san, for translating for all of us. It was super delicious, and after that, we were on our way to Tokyo Station. Driving is really convenient for trips that require like cutting down a train ride or going to a totally different region of the country. We stopped by the outside of Tokyo Station just to take photos and see the beautiful stonework before heading inside. This was kind of the first time that I actually saw the gacha machines. It's called gacha because it's kind of like the sound that it makes when you turn the mechanism. But also, in my opinion, it's because they gotcha with all of the money that you're going to spend on these things. Basically, there are themed gachas, and each capsule has a different type of toy in them. I had this huge quest for this trip because I saw this vending machine gacha that I really wanted one of because it was so tiny, but Alien said that these were all over the place, and so I trusted him and literally never found it again until I saw a variation the very last day of our trip. So if you see something, get it. Down below, we wandered through the old Ramen Street that has a bunch of really good places that you could get your ramen fix at. But this was the floor that I was the most excited about. It has all of the toys from Shonen Jump to Ghibli to Snoopy to you name it. They even have mascots of Tokyo Station that you could buy exclusive toys at the station only. I swear, Japan has the best marketing for all of the cute small things. Childhood me is screaming inside, but I'm so glad that I'm a little older now because These are adult prices on the window displays. The last part of this video is going to include shopping for the Shinkansen. You can actually eat and drink inside the train, which is awesome. And they have these bento boxes that you could take on the trip with you called ekibens. And so we perused the extremely well organized delis and grabbed a couple things. And of course these candies because they were so colorful and had pretty tins. Then we said, see you later to our guide at the station waiting for our train to arrive. The beginning of this trip was a little bit of a whirlwind, but it continues like this for the next few chapters of all the different locations that we visit. Stay tuned for more. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell so that you know when I have a new video coming out. Until then, keep curious, everyone.